city, you won't find nobody else like me.
He went on Akshipada to please reconsider. He said that I am a loser and she could do much better. He wanted she to leave me, or he go into the zone. He wanted she to leave me, or he go into the zone. All the girl them too sexy, one is not enough for me. Every night is 2 or 3. They calling me womanizer, but I am a woman lover. They calling me womanizer, but I am a woman lover. Let's go. It's the people's choice at the end. Kaieteur in yeah. Maha Studios, Regime Hatu. Hey, hey. Fathers want their daughters to stay away from me, but still all them young girls they don't listen to he. Nobody want me to marry their daughter, 'cause every night is a new girl coming over. They calling me womanizer, but I am a woman lover. All the girls them too sexy.
Kaieteur Radio, the radio with a difference.
99.1 FM.
सर की जो सर से वो धीरे धीरे पागल हुआ रे मैं धीरे धीरे. सर की जो सर से वो धीरे धीरे पागल हुआ रे मैं धीरे धीरे. तेरी चुनरिया दिल ले गई, तेरी ये बिंदिया दिल ले गई. सर की जो सर से वो धीरे धीरे पागल हुआ रे मैं धीरे धीरे. सर की जो सर से वो धीरे धीरे पागल हुआ रे मैं धीरे धीरे. तेरी चुनरिया दिल ले गई, तेरी ये बिंदिया दिल ले गई. तुमसे मिलकर ये जाना है, होता क्यों दिल ये दीवाना है. तय कर लिया तुम्हें पाना है. आंखों को चार ना होने देंगे, दिल बेकरार ना होने देंगे. आंखों को चार ना होने देंगे, दिल बेकरार ना होने देंगे. किसी और से तुमको प्यार ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे.
आँखों को चार ना होने देंगे, दिल बेकरार ना होने देंगे. किसी और से तुमको प्यार ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे, ना होने देंगे.
ये ज़मीं आसमां जब तलक है, तेरी चाहत पे मेरा
सुकून है एतबार दिल की तड़प है ये इंतजार हाँ कब तक जवानी छुपाओगी रानी अरे कब तक जवानी छुपाओगी रानी कवारों को कितना बताओगी रानी कभी तो किसी की दुल्हनिया बनोगी मुझसे शादी करोगी मुझसे शादी करोगी मुझसे शादी करोगी मुझसे शादी करोगी और कब तक जवानी छुपाओगी रानी कवारों को कितना सताओगी रानी कभी तो किसी की दुल्हनिया बनोगी मुझसे शादी करोगी मुझसे शादी करोगी मुझसे शादी करोगी मुझसे शादी करोगी सैया के साथ मड़ैया में बड़ा मजा आए रजैया में सैया के साथ मड़ैया में बड़ा मजा आए रजैया में
टूट गई चूड़ी कलैया
We bring the fiber, yeah. Keep your own number, switch to fiber now. GTT fiber, yeah. Add voice to your fiber plan. Talking about faster internet, talking about stable internet. Keep your old number, switch to fiber now. Fiber plus voice, talking about faster internet, talking about stable internet. Keep your old number, switch to fiber now. Fiber plus voice.
now is 35. Good morning. Welcome down to Subah, Pyar on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. How are you doing this morning? My name is Joshua Van Slykeman. And myself, I've got Selector Alex. And of course, Riding a Grady. Got your company all the way to 11 o'clock. It is Friday. It is the 7th day of October 2022. We hope you guys are doing fine. And that, of course, finding you in good health and strength. Celebrating your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. You're celebrating your anniversary or some other milestone. We say congratulations. It is Friday, TGIF. A long weekend. You've got a holiday on Monday. Holiday is actually Sunday. Of course, it rolls over to that Monday. So, of course, the holiday is especially for Muslim brothers and sisters. We're going to share a little bit of that auspicious occasion right here in Subah, Pyar later on in our program, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So we hope that whatever you have planned out for this weekend, you are going to do it safe. And of course, it's going to be clean fun, all right? 37 minutes after 9 o'clock. This is your Friday edition of Subah, Pyar. We rock with you all the way to 11 o'clock. Call that friend, tell that friend. This is the radio with a different. It is Kaieteur Radio broadcasting to you live from our Saffron Street studios. Those frequencies are 99.1 and 99.5 FM. 99.1 in Demerara and SC Cribbo, and the 99.5 FM in the Berbice area. You can find us online at kaieteurnewsonline.com/radio. Streaming live on Facebook at Kaieteur Radio, also on YouTube at Kaieteur Radio Subah Pyar Show. What you can also do is download the MyTuner, Radio Garden, and the Go Loud apps. You can simply select Kaieteur Radio and stream us on the go, alright? 38 minutes after 9 o'clock. Select Alex on the ones and twos in this beautiful Friday morning. Let us enjoy some great music.
चादर बिछाओ बलमा
Del momento que el tiempo se acaba y para atrás no verá. Bebiendo, fumando y jodiendo, sigo vacilando de party todos los días. Y cielo.
En la discoteca, pepa y agua para la seca, todo el mundo en patilla en la discoteca. Desacatado. Empatillado.
मरना यहाँ इन बाहों को इन राहों को छोड़िए छलिया जाए कहाँ माना दिल तो है अनाड़ी ये आवारा ही सही अरे बोल राधा बोल संगम होगा के नहीं हर जन्म में रंग बदल के ख्वाबों के पर्दों पे हम खिलते हम है राही प्यार के फिर मिलेंगे चलते चलते हम है राही प्यार के फिर मिलेंगे चलते चलते
लगता खुदा का कोई नेक इरादा है कल था फकीर आज दिल शहजादा है लगता खुदा का कोई नेक इरादा है क्या मुझे प्यार है ऐसा खुमार है क्या मुझे प्यार है ऐसा खुमार है This is music for the people.
ये मेरा दिल यार का दीवाना 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 प्यार का परवाना ये मेरा दिल यार का दीवाना 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 प्यार का परवाना आता है मुझको प्यार नहीं चल जाना मुश्किल है प्यार तेरा बच क्यों जाना ये मेरा दिल यार का दीवाना 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 प्यार का परवाना उड़ी उड़ी जाए उरे उरे जाए निन्निया मोरे लागे नहीं नयन मारे सजन मोरे सजन मोरे सजन मोरे आजा रे सजन मोरे
The time moving on to 9 hours 53.
उड़ जाए निंदिया मोरे लागे नहीं नयन
We hope you guys are enjoying.
सजन मोरे
This is Subah Pyar. This is Morning's Love. And without a doubt, it is your recipe for happiness, alright? Text Alex, yours truly.
push up
One's coming up for Vanita.
higher
News comes up in just a bit, alright?
up before fire back to this together push up later light up the fire let we dance together we're one family mixing the culture so we live in harmony push up later light up the bonfire living as one we're one family mixing the culture so we live in harmony take a wine one family take a jump flag in the air
है सच है कहानी है देखो ये पगली बिल्कुल ना बदली ये तो वही दीवानी है ओ ओ ओ
लड़का बड़ा अनजाना है सपना है सच है फसाना है आहा ये पगला बिल्कुल ना बदला ये तो वही दीवाना है चमक चम चमके अंगूरी बदन दमक दम दमके अंगूरी बदन
Everybody wine to the champion sound. We have the champion sound. Wine and go down to the champion sound.
Kaieteur Radio.
Covering Guyana from coast to coast.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Burbies 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio. This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio 99.1 FM.
With your news in capsule at this time, I'm Kevin Smith. More money, more problems may be the most suitable description for the potential dangers civil society activist Dr. Yog Mahario says are lurking as politicians become untouchable, backed by windfall revenues from the oil sector. Dr. Mahario has been a strong critic of the lopsided 2016 production sharing agreement, which puts Guyana in an economically disadvantageous position with the offshore Stabroek Block operator. Despite numerous pleas from both local and international stakeholders for the renegotiation of the contract, the government remains reluctant to address the agreement. Dr. Mahario said that in exchange for not renegotiating the PSA, the administration is assured massive support by the oil companies through the next elections. He said too that international watchdog groups are also beginning to internalize the troubling news that ExxonMobil and partners are calling the shots on the nation's oil industry and not the government. And also happening, woman nabbed in sting operation taking 14-year-old girl to work at interior bar. Saul must fork out $2 billion owed in taxes to GRA as court strikes down application to appeal assessment. And in the Guy Oil fuel scandal, AG report flags lack of contract and quotation in botched deal. President Ali announces $28,000 cash grant for pensioners, and GTU says poor working conditions forcing Guyanese teachers into early retirement. And that's the news at the moment.
Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Burbies 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Not a single bar of service.
Not with us. Digicel officially has the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Be it in Aishalton or in Etteringban, we got you covered. Digicel, better together.
Fellow Guyanese, all of our oil blocks, which are worth billions of US dollars, have landed in the hands of a select few of people for free. Or so the government may want us to believe. An international organization, Global Witness, said Guyana left $55 billion US dollars on the negotiating table with ExxonMobil and only collected a mere 2% royalty, which they are recovering, as well as a 50-50 profit sharing agreement. We already lost another set of $1 billion and are set to lose more yearly due to the lack of a ring-fencing provision. No independent reviews and audits were and are being done on Exxon's projects, which are worth between 9 to 10 billion US dollars. Additionally, billions of barrels of oil are and will be leaving Guyana without this country getting a single cent in taxes from the oil companies because of the lopsided oil contract we have signed with them. Guyana is now left at the mercy of God Almighty because of the politicians' refusal to demand and secure full liability coverage from an oil spill. The only light in the dark tunnel we find ourselves in is the ability to monitor all investments and costs thrown at us by the oil companies. The oil contract gives the authority to demand on a monthly basis all spendings. Guyana can also demand all costs, prior, present, and future spendings in the oil sector. But our Vice President, Mr. Barrett Jagdeo, is disputing this fact. He is saying the country is helpless, it is powerless, unless there is a co-management agreement. Guyanese, this is an absolute falsehood. However, Jagdeo is saying that Guyana can only verify and check expenses at the end of the year. This is how our US trillion-dollar oil business is being managed. Guyanese, we have and must take a stand. This is a message from Kaieteur News publisher Glenn Lau.
Sound. We have the champion sound. We have the champion sound. Everybody whine to the champion sound. We have the champion sound. Whine and go down to the champion sound. We have the champion sound. Everybody whine to the champion sound. We have the champion sound. Everybody whine to the soca.
Soni teri chaal soni ve, lagdi kamal soni ve. Soni teri chaal soni ve, lagdi kamal soni ve. Meri makhna, meri soni hai, mar jawa hai tere bin ve. Soni teri chaal soni ve, lagdi kamal soni ve.
We are the sound of 100,000 coming up the road. We are the vibration that you feel when the music load. We are the mud and the oil and we come to dirty up the clothes. I made the girl them wine and strike the electric pose. Hey, take a trip, take a trip, take a trip, take a trip now. Hey, shake your hip, shake your hip, shake your hip, shake your hip now. Hey, take a sip, take a sip, take a sip, take a sip now. Wine and go dip, and go dip, and go dip, and go dip now. Dip now, dip now, dip now.
चांदनी की हसीन मूरत है, सब हसीनों से खूबसूरत है। जान दिल से मैं तुझ पे मरता हूँ, तू मेरे प्यार की जरूरत है। मेरी तकदीर मेरा ख्वाब है तू, सब सितारे है नामज़ाद है तू, तुझसे सारे हसीन शर्माए, सब हसीनों से लाजवाब है तू।
green like a moon. Se acabó la cuarentena, el cuerpo lo sabe, la calle está llena. Se acabó la cuarentena, el cuerpo lo pide, la calle está llena. Por eso mi cuerpo pide calla hasta mañana, calla hasta mañana, calla hasta mañana, calle, calle, calla hasta mañana, calla hasta mañana, calla hasta mañana, calle, 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 hasta mañana, calle, 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 calle. You know
girl, I don't want to interrupt you. Turn around, see, I'm telling you, baby, the way you behaving. When you whine like that, tell nobody to stop you. Oh, Lord, I wanna go down, go down. Want me, I'm ready for bacchanal, 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 bacchanal. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Mr. Happy Papi, Mr. Happy Papi, Mr. Happy Papi, yeah, what they calling me? Mr. Happy Papi, Mr. Happy Papi, was I ever happy? Yeah, again. Let's get ready for the party, girl, why you body? Get ready for the party, girl, why you body? Let's get ready for the party, girl, why you body? Get ready for the party, girl, why you body? What a party tonight. Someone tell me what a party tonight. What a party tonight. Someone tell me what a party tonight. What a party tonight. Someone tell me what a party tonight. What a party tonight. New Gen. She my girl. Let's get ready for the party. Girl, why you body? Get ready for the party. Girl, why you body? Let's get ready for the party. Girl, why you body?
And this is a jam. I'm gonna ask Selector Alex to hold this one right there. After you finish talking to the people, we're definitely gonna pull this one up from the top, alright? How you doing this morning, everybody? Drop us a comment, let us know what you're doing. Let us know what's in your pot. What you're cooking. Alina, Roman, Ajay, Shanti. How you guys doing this morning? This is Kaieteur Radio. This is 99.1. This is 99.5 FM. We're broadcasting to you live from 24 Saffron Street, Charlestown, Georgetown. It is Friday. It's TGIF. It's a long weekend. So, of course, for majority of you, after you leave work this afternoon, you ain't going back till Tuesday morning. Yep. We hope you guys are going to enjoy. If you know you're going to spend some time with the family, you're going to go to the creek, you're going to have a picnic in the park, whatever you have planned for this weekend, it's going to be a long one. We hope you are going to be safe. And of course, we are only promoting clean fun, alright? We want an incident-free and accident-free weekend. Can we do it? Yeah, man, we definitely can. So let's enjoy the great music. Selector Alex is going to pull this one back from the top. This is Subah, Pyar. The time has rolled on to 21 minutes after 10 o'clock.
New Gen. She my girl. Let's get ready for the party. Girl, why you body? Get ready for the party. Girl, why you body? Let's get ready for the party. Girl, why you body? Get ready for the party. Girl, why you body? What a party tonight. Someone tell me what a party tonight. What a party tonight. Someone tell me what a party tonight. What a party tonight. Someone tell me what a party tonight. What a party tonight. Someone tell me what a party tonight. Girl want party, girl and want to wine. Come let's party, cause it's carny time. Waistline moving morning to the night. I need y'all to want to wine. Hey DJ, tell me girl, you when me come in a bit, tick tock, girl wine to your head. Anytime I see a girl, you have to get wet. Bend down
naga nicks. Stop up on your girl, shake up your leg, bun like a cigar. Bend down naga nicks. Stop up on your girl, shake. Everybody get mad now. Turn around with your friend, let me see you start bend. Have a drink, get have fun now. Now you start to bounce left, right, in, out. So got a vibe that you want now. Every man grab a girl, every girl grab a man. Turn around right now, shake your bam bam. IQ one shame, one action. Yeah, yeah. So can now start jumping a crowd and start to get mad. And she one jump, cause she whine too bad, girl. When you bump back, cause you like back. Yeah, yeah. And if you like, we bend for the. And if you like, we bend for the.
I see she jump over the fence and watch she climb over the roof, but they push it out. I see they push it out. What she do? Wind to the side, wind to the side, wind to the side, wind to the side, wind to the 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 side. Woman in front, man behind. Everybody want to join the
to this party. That's where I meet up this big auntie. She tell me I'll take care of you, no worry. If you only promise to be my honey, yeah. Na 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 na.
आँखें खुली हो या हो बंद, दीदार उनका होता है. कैसे कहूँ मैं ओ यारा, ये प्यार कैसे होता है. आज ही यारो किसी पे मर के देखेंगे हम.
If you see how she was winding the waist, take off she shoes and throw down the hair. Police roll up to lock up the place, but them and I stand up and start busting. Last night I've been out to this party. Na 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 na. Last night I've been out to this party. That's where I meet up this big auntie. She tell me I'll take care of you, no worry. If you only promise to be my honey, yeah. Na 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 na.
तन्ना की तमन्ना है कि हीरा मुझे मिल जाए, चाहे मेरी जान जाए, चाहे मेरा दिल जाए. तन्ना की तमन्ना है कि हीरा मुझे मिल जाए, चाहे मेरी जान जाए, चाहे
This is one of my favorite jam. Around this time, we gotta tell you shop now, thank them later. Check out our friends over there at Venus Footwear. And they're located at 110 Regent Street, Lazytown, Georgetown. At Venus Footwear, they cater for every occasion, whether it's a work, school, or even at casual outings. So check them out today. Remember, you look in your absolute best. Walking out in style is their number one priority. We continue with the great music. Time is roll on to 29 minutes after 10 o'clock. Oh, yes, 10 hours 30. I beg your pardon. If you guys are enjoying the great music that our very own selector Alex is playing for you this morning. And of course, when we come back, we gotta wrap things up here on Subah Pyar for this your Friday edition. We're gonna be back with you on Monday, God's willing. Not to worry, alright? But in the meantime, enjoy some great music. As soon as we come back, it is time to skiddly daddle ourselves out of here.
break on away. Break on away, break on away. Break on away, break on away, break on away. Rosina dance style and show them your break away. I have to enjoy my life back again. Throw away all my worries, the headache and pain. I come to tell you again, you don't know my name. I have to enjoy my life back again. Throw away all my worries, the headache and pain. Up top tag, the gal left and gone. Time to enjoy myself, cause I am a single man. Up top tag, yes, the gal left and gone. Time to enjoy myself, cause I am a single man. But this sing again. Up top dog, you don't know. Let me go. I have to enjoy my life back again. Throw away all my worries, the headache and pain. I come to tell you again, you don't know my name. I have to enjoy my life back again. Throw away all my worries, the headache and pain. Up top tag, the gal left and gone. Time to enjoy myself, cause I am a single man. Up top tag, yes, the gal left and gone. Time to enjoy myself, cause I am a single man. Call me the up top boss, they call me the up top dog. You better don't say a word whenever you see me a boss. Up top dog, you don't know. Up top boss, you don't know. She does treat me like a dog, I have to do everything. Wash, cook and clean and even nasty up my skin. She does treat me like a dog, I have to do everything. Wash, cook and clean and even nasty up my skin. Now I feel so happy that she gone away from me. But now it's time for me to find a brand new baby. Up top tag, the gal left and gone. Time to enjoy myself, cause I am a single man. Up top tag, yes, the gal left and gone. Time to enjoy myself, cause I am a single man. Call me the up top boss, they call me the up top dog. Fast about we go to, we gonna take a good view. We don't care what anybody have to say. Let we go, let we go, let we go.
I don't have no money. She tell me don't worry. She don't want a house or a wedding. She does only call me for one thing. I say she only want me for one thing. I don't have no money. She tell me don't worry. She don't want a house or a wedding. She does only call me for one thing. I say she only want me for one thing. Stop what you're doing, girl.
If your girl calling me every night, I must be doing something right. If your girl calling me every night, I must be doing something right. She say, okay, I make me do it. She say, okay, I make me do it. She say, okay, I make me do it. She say, okay, I make me do it.
सब परिवार पूछुर मनावे, सब परिवार पूछुर मनावे. Kunga gana, kunga gana, kunga gana, gawe, kunga gana, gawe. Kunga gana, gawe, kunga gana, gawe. सब परिवार पूछुर मनावे, सब परिवार पूछुर मनावे. गुंगा गाना गावे, गुंगा गाना गावे. गुंगा गाना गावे,
घूंघटा तो जाने मुझे क्या हो गया जब गोरी ने गिराया घूंघटा तो जाने मुझे क्या हो गया पहले दिल फिर चैन फिर निंदिया पहले दिल फिर चैन फिर निंदिया सब कुछ मेरा खो गया
जब सैया ने उठाया घूंघटा तो जाने मुझे क्या हो गया जब सैया ने उठाया घूंघटा तो जाने मुझे क्या हो गया पहले दिल फिर चैन फिर निंदिया पहले दिल फिर चैन फिर निंदिया
10 minutes at 11 o'clock hour. This is where we gotta pull the curtains down on Sabaki Pyar. My name is Josh Evans, like on behalf of Sir and the Gradient Selector Alec. You're out of here, alright? Catch you on Monday. It's Pyar Live from 9 o'clock. Have a great day, everybody.
मेरा भी यही हाल हो गया तो देखो ये कमाल हो गया हाँ मेरा भी यही हाल हो गया तो देखो ये कमाल
Let's vibe, sing, dance, and share positive energy virtually. Hello, lovely people. Join me, Shivani Lachman, and let's chill out every Friday from 3 to 4 p.m. A show that will be fun, simple, and interactive with giveaways and chit chat right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. See you soon.
Just chill, chill, just chill.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
With your news in capsule at this time, I'm Kevin Smith. More money, more problems may be the most suitable description for the potential dangers civil society activist Dr. Yog Mahario says are lurking as politicians become untouchable, backed by windfall revenues from the oil sector. Dr. Mahario has been a strong critic of the lopsided 2016 production sharing agreement, which puts Guyana in an economically disadvantageous position with the offshore Stabroek Block operator. Despite numerous pleas from both local and international stakeholders for the renegotiation of the contract, the government remains reluctant to address the agreement. Dr. Mahario said that in exchange for not renegotiating the PSA, the administration is assured massive support by the oil companies through the next elections. He said, too, that international watchdog groups are also beginning to internalize the troubling news that ExxonMobil and partners are calling the shots on the nation's oil industry and not the government. And also happening, woman nabbed in sting operation taking 14-year-old girl to work at interior bar. Saul must fork out $2 billion owed in taxes to GRA as court strikes down application to appeal assessment. And in the Guy Oil fuel scandal, AG report flags lack of contract and quotation in botched deal. President Ali announces $28,000 cash grant for pensioners, and GTU says poor working conditions forcing Guyanese teachers into early retirement. And that's the news at the moment.
Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Burbies 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Guyana, join me on the Glenn Lal Show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast at 11 a.m. The Glenn Lal Show only on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
The time has now moved on to 11 hours 3 in Guyana. Coming up next, a rebroadcast of last Wednesday's edition of the Glenn Lal Show.
One of my car that the manager is driving, they gone with it 2 weeks now. I've been trying to track that car myself. And we're going to get it back. Believe me, I'm going to get it back. You know? This is what is happening in this country. And guess what? You don't see it in the news because you're seeing it on Facebook. Go on Facebook and you see how much cars lost for the last month. Over 25 premium. I don't know what is going on. And this has to be that these workshop, right? These spray paint workshop, they got to be directly involved. And the people who are buying it, man, I don't know. You better don't make I catch you with my car.
A family friend died after his car got hijacked in Oakland. His car got hijacked a couple of months ago, and he got stabbed and he died. He got stabbed.
Wow. It's sad.
Of course it's sad.
It is sad to have the fastest growing economy on earth to have a reserve of oil in a country. You hear me? That rates Guyanese with a GDP, the best in the world per capita. And you have you have 25 vehicles being hijacked in 1 month in a small country like this with 780,000 people. And most of these cars are being hijacked and stolen from your little city, Georgetown. And of course a part of, or maybe I should say Demerara. It's sad. You know, Miss Harris, let me say back namaste again. And I want to thank all you people for joining me every Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday to listen to this program. I felt very happy and delighted when I go to places and people see me, you know, the reception I get of appreciation for what I do. I want to say thank you to all you guys. Thanks a million. With that type of solidarity, it gives me the strength to keep on doing what I'm doing and feeling that spirit of love and happiness within my soul. Thank you, guys. Let's get going, Miss Harris, tonight's program. There are two ways to conquer and enslave a nation. One is by the sword, and the other is by debt. Not killing. Owing, I'm talking about, D-E-B-T. John Adams, the second U.S. president, words that, not mine. With that, I now say, pressure. What you ever hear? They say pressure is boss. Pipe? Yes. Pressure is mounting from all corners of the political arena. And the oil companies, to defend this stage 4 cancer oil contract we have. People are beginning to wake up all across the globe as to what ExxonMobil is being allowed to do to us with our wealth. And I love it. On Saturday, Uncle, there was a 3-hour discussion on our oil in New York. They had a symposium. It was well attended and had some beautiful presenters. The heat is boiling and spilling all across this land too. And it is getting under the skin of our politicians, and it is biting the oil companies' bosses. Oh boy, they bring in a white man 2 weeks ago to preach to us what a great contract we have. Yes, with massive benefits for all of us. When he was tackled by the audience, including me, he backtracked and confessed it was only their thoughts and opinions. Simply put, he was brought here by the government and Exxon to sell us a dead, stinking pig in a bag as diamonds, great diamonds. And none other than the Chamber of Commerce partnered with ExxonMobil and the government and facilitated this man with a press conference to fool us with false dreams, to make us believe that big money awaits us all. But when the session was over, Miss Harris, the white man turned up Portuguese. What was even more sickening was that the chamber members were there listening to this confounded nonsense being thrown at the Guyanese people and didn't say a single word.
Lapping it up like dogs in heat.
It speaks volume, eh? Then we have an online news source parading themselves as a reliable and trustworthy news outfit on oil. when everything they do mirrors that white man will come to sell me a piggy bag. Our own people are selling us a 6 for 9, knowing fully well what they're doing to this country.
Propaganda.
That is sad, eh?
Propaganda, sir.
They're putting out charts that does not tell the whole truth or the full story, and are not ashamed to put their faces on some of these things. You hear me, man? For example, Janelle Passad, a Guyanese who works with ExxonMobil, is seen in a story which did not paint the true picture of what is going on in this country. Man, it is sad, very sad, that our own can be recruited by the foreigners to sell us these stories that does not add up. Isn't that sad, man?
It's like they're begging to
And that is not the only local online news source doing this type of hatchet job for ExxonMobil against Guyana, Miss Harris. That is not the only one or the only people. They have many more. Whether they are being paid by Exxon and the government to do this type of thing, I don't know. And I don't care. But what I care about is when they help the foreigners to mislead, disrespect, and joke us in our eyes while they are wide open with their deception. That's what I care about. That's what I feel hurt about. The white overseer or the white massas. The white massa. You ever hear the word massa? Yeah, man.
Slavery is worse than
You know we have massa now?
worse than slavery.
They never left. They just changed clothes.
Well, the white overseer, the white massa, Alistair Routledge, representing Exxon in Guyana, has never held a press conference with the mainstream independent media to talk to us frankly and honestly about our oil wealth. But this same massa is very happy to sit with a man named Critic, a Bacali social media performer, to sell us that same dead stinking pig in a bag. He was asked, Uncle and Auntie, by the same Critic last week, whether Guyana got a bad contract. Hear what is Massa telling Guyana. I'm going to play it for you guys. Could you play that tape for me, please?
Why,
Play it.
if I might ask in this forum, have Guyanese gotten such a bad contract? That is what I'm getting from.
It's far from the truth. This is
What
the
happened?
best
You sleep with-
contract the country has ever.
He's not awake. Right. My operator seems to be nodding. So maybe I have to find another media, because I have to play this for you guys. I have to. Just give me a moment, please. Just give me a moment. Hear him.
Why, if I might ask in this forum, have Guyanese gotten such a bad contract? That is what I'm getting from.
It's far from the truth. This is the best contract the country has ever had, the most valuable contract for the country. I mean, it is already delivering unprecedented revenues to the country and to the Natural Resource Fund, and it will deliver huge amounts more in the future. We're really only just getting going.
I gotta play it back, man. You gotta hear him.
Why, if I might ask in this forum, have Guyanese gotten such a bad contract? That is what I'm getting from.
It's far from the truth. This is the best contract the country has ever had, the most valuable contract for the country. I mean, it is already delivering unprecedented revenues to the country and to the Natural Resource Fund, and it will deliver huge amounts more in the future. We're really only just getting going.
The Massa Routledge. The man said it is far from the truth. This is the best contract the country has ever had. The most valuable contract for the country. I mean, it is already delivering unprecedented revenues to the country into the Natural Resource Fund. And it will deliver huge amounts more in the future. We are really only just getting going. His words. Unprecedented revenues. And huge to come. This is how this white man sees us, uncle. Throw a few pennies at you in the NRF fund and call that unprecedented revenues to your country. That's what we are worth with this US $1 trillion oil find. Billions for them, pennies for we.
That's unprecedented.
We are monkeys. And he is the master feeding us the nuts with one hand and snatch it out back with the other hand. Meaning the 2% royalties we're getting is recoverable. They're taking it back. This slick massa, Alistair Rutledge, already the man had a smooth, Miss Harris, well-prepared answer, memorized and crammed to shove down we throat. Uncle, auntie, when I hear these things, when I hear these people speak and how they talk it, honestly, Bernard, I am enraged. The bile, the acid in my stomach rises to my throat to tell these people, don't play these African and Asian games with we, the Guyanese people. We have already seen through your nakedness, Routledge. To tell this nation that this is the best contract the country has ever had is now rubbing salt and pepper, Miss Harris, in the wound on we backs already inflicted by ExxonMobil with that contract. That's what these people are doing. Master Routledge, we have news for you. All of us are not dumb, and all of us are not corrupt as you would like us to be.
Yes.
We can see through your nakedness, and we will expose you and your company for what you and who your company really are. The best contract the country has ever had, man. For who? Exactly. For who, Massa? Delivering unprecedented revenues to this country? Is what money this Massa talking about, man? Exactly. Where is the money, Massa?
I want to look for it.
You didn't tell Critic what you and your company and the rest of the oil companies taken out of Guyana within this contract. You didn't say nothing about that. You didn't tell Critic how your partner, Hess Corporation, boasting and bragging all over the world about how much they're taking out presently and how much more in the US billions they will be taking out in the years to come. No. The contract you said, delivering unprecedented revenues to this country. Where is the money, Massa? Where is the unprecedented revenues, Massa? When Guyanese can't afford to buy food to get a proper meal when the day come. Is what you're trying to sell we. Garbage or filth? Or you expect the people to eat filth? Miss Harris, these people are past.
More than.
He went on to say, Uncle and Auntie, the contract will deliver huge amounts more in the future.
For whom?
Exactly. Is who really this man talking to man? Huh?
Shareholders.
You got to be going all the while from now on to talk to that clown. Yes, critic. Is he you got to go sit down with, because it's only he when now hanging in mouth where the soup dripping would swallow that trash that coming from your mouth. We get the best contract ever had, delivering money like we never see before, and how much more to come. Man, Bernard, if this is not I pass, you know, this man I pass every Guyanese in this country. I spit on it. I want to urinate on it. And I want to do something worse than that. But I can't say it. Bernard, if this is not enough to bring out rage across this land, with this level of I pass, then I don't know what else it will take, Miss Harris. For this massa to tell us that we are really only now getting going. With what they're doing to us at present, Miss Harris, raking in all the billions of US dollars and throwing those 2 pennies at us. You don't want to know, Bernard. You can't imagine, Uncle, what they will do to you and me and this country when they really get going. Man, all the streets should be filled. Should be filled. I am going out tomorrow morning at Houston, alone to protest. Please join me with a placard. I will give you back your passage tomorrow, 10 o'clock at Houston, on the east bank of Demerara. Master Routledge must feel our rage and our disgust with his insults.
Yes.
I pass.
Yes.
And disrespect
Yes.
for the Guyanese people.
Yes. Yes.
He should never sit. He would never sit in a white man country like where he come from and disrespect the American people with that contract he's telling us is the best Guyana can ever have.
Yes.
But he can come to Guyana,
Yes.
this country,
Yes.
sit down with one of his own brother to tell this nation how much money we gonna get. How much money we gonna get on that one-sided contract. Man, Miss Harris, if this is not I pass, then what is? Kaieteur News did an independent review, Uncle and Auntie. We did an independent review of over 130 oil contracts around this world and found that none resemble the obscene, dirty, robbing provisions like what we have in our oil contract from Exxon. None.
That's right. That's right.
Not one of those contracts
Yes.
got a 2% royalty that is recoverable, along with a 50-50 profit share, in which Guyana has no say on costs.
But he didn't tell critic that.
Huh? My gosh. Uncle, the IMF reviewed our contract and said it is in favor of the oil companies rather than Guyana. The IDB did their own study and said Guyana gave away a lot to the oil companies. The World Bank agreed with its international partners and went further to say that too much for Guyana was left on the negotiating table.
Yes.
Global Witness, Ms. Harris, an independent human rights organization, also said after their investigation of this contract that Guyana left 55 billion American dollars on the table at the time of the negotiation with ExxonMobil.
Rutledge saying that we got a good deal.
We got the best deal. International experts, uncle, all over the world said they have never seen a contract with so many loopholes in their entire career. One of them in particular said he never saw so many dangerous provisions in one place. You hear that? In one place, man.
And he said we got a good deal.
Even our own Attorney General, Anil Nandalal, has said in and out of Parliament that this is the worst contract on planet Earth.
But now he's quiet.
Bernard?
Say it again. Say that again.
Anil Nandalal said inside Parliament and outside of Parliament that this contract is the worst on planet Earth.
Wow.
And this white man got the nerve to tell us we couldn't get nothing better.
We got the best contract.
Uncle, to just say every day on every program Guyana is being robbed, raped, and sodomized by ExxonMobil and others with this oil contract is not justice. It is not. You need to understand how you're being juked or poked in your eyes wide open, and how all of us will go blind without getting a reasonable share of the oil. Our own God-blessed oil.
Blind and hungry.
I want to use the rest of this program tonight, Auntie and Uncle, to shine you and open your eyes in the simplest of way I can.
Yes.
I want to play back. Could you play back Routledge again? Play it on the radio, let these people hear.
Why, if I might ask in this forum, have Guyanese gotten such a bad contract? That is what I'm getting from.
It's far from the truth. This is the best contract the country has ever had, the most valuable contract for the country. I mean, it is already delivering unprecedented revenues to the country and to the Natural Resource Fund, and it will deliver huge amounts more in the future. We're really only just getting going.
Oh, brother. Oh, sister. I need help. You guys heard him. That is the man who representing ExxonMobil in Guyana. You know, it's 37 minutes of that tape. I swear it. That was the first question asked to him, and I didn't go further into the tape. I didn't go further into the tape. I plan tomorrow I'll sit and listen to the rest, and I'll deal with it as I get it. But let me break this thing down for you people. How many of you understand what cost recovery is? Bernard? You think a lot of people understand?
Most of them do not. Most guys
All right.
do not.
Well, I'm going to break this thing down for people who don't understand or who didn't really get it. Cost recovery. What it means and all the things that are part and parcel of those two words, cost recovery. Auntie, cost recovery is every single cent the oil company spends from beginning to where we are now that must be paid back. You hear me, Bernard? And let me repeat this thing, man. Cost recoverable, uncle, is all the oil money they spend from back then to today that must be paid back up front before we get that dirty, stinking 50-50 profit that the white man talk about. This is where they take off your underwear without you even knowing it, uncle. This is where the wholesale robbery of your oil takes place. This is where you're getting shafted left, right, and center. This is where they're thieving off your billions upon billions of US dollars in which those clowns for politicians allowing them to do. This is where the raping and sodomizing taking place on all of us with this contract, uncle. Out of everything, this is where we are getting the biggest joke in our eyes wide open. When them done with Guyana, you wouldn't even have eyes to see this country, much less to see the money. Yeah, man, it's true. Let me put this thing as simple as I can for you, uncle and auntie. You and your neighbor decide to start a business, and all the profit will be shared half and half after all the expenses come out. Bernard, you hear me?
Yeah.
You and your neighbor plan to do a business to share the profit half and half when all the expenses come out. That is very simple. Your neighbor, this is the contract. Your neighbor doing all the buying for the business, and every day he buy an item, he double the price, he pay and give you the bill for it. What becomes of your profit? I hear you. I could hear you through the radio, you know. What becomes of your profit? You really get it half and half there? When you buy 50 packets of milk, sugar, flour, rice, salt, oil, and so on, he tell you buy 100 of each item instead of 50 and bill you for 100 each. And he doing the same thing with every other item he buys for the shop. What do you think will happen to the 50-50 profit, Bernard? Huh?
50. You're lucky if you get 5 much as 50.
Is it still a 50-50 profit sharing?
No.
What is your partner doing to you there, Bernard?
He's joking all over, not only right.
Is that a clean, decent, and honest partner you have there, uncle?
Hell no.
Huh?
Hell no.
Is ExxonMobil a decent, honest, and clean partner? When Guyana doesn't know the price and the quantity of milk powder and the other items being used and billed to Guyana? Huh? Is that a real 50-50 business between Guyana and ExxonMobil?
No.
Thank you. I hope you're beginning to see where I'm coming from on this 50-50 profit share. we knew Massa Routledge said is the best contract ever for this country. I hope you're beginning to see and feel the finger that are already poking you in your eyes with this 50-50 profit sharing, this bare-faced Massa boasting about. The 50% that he says bringing in the unprecedented revenues to our country. Yes. Where the unprecedented revenue there, uncle? Where the we new slave master? You could tell us? People starving every day in Guyana. Could you help us to locate it? The unprecedented revenue that you talk about? Ms. Harris? Cost recovery. Cost recovery. Never forget those two words, auntie and uncle. Money they have to take out. What them said to spend. And you never see, never know, or never verify and check. That is the 50-50 sharing. The Massa trying to slide down your throat with his smooth words. Transportation, uncle. Your neighbor went to town, buy the goods that he already robbing you on. Hire a truck for $20,000 to bring the stuff to the business. And he tell you pay the truck man $40,000. That's a 50-50 business, eh? That's how we run 50-50 business. Yes. That's how we country running 50-50 business. He doubled the transportation costs on you, and that is 50-50. ExxonMobil hiring supply boats, trucks, and helicopters every hour of the day for the last 3 years, paying them billions in US dollars that no one knows how much it really costing us. And that is what you call 50-50 profit sharing, Miss Harris, according to this new Massa Guyana get. Massa Routledge. ExxonMobil, Bernard, hiring security services, taxi fleets, hiring consultants, top lawyers to fight the tax case against me, paying humongous US dollars that none of us knows the true figures being paid for these services. All these monies that we don't know about, that we didn't authorize, the Massa taken out as cost recovery before 50-50 profit is shared. This is what you call an honest, decent, transparent, 50% profit sharing business with your neighbor, uncle. That's how Guyana do business. These clungs we have. I keep explaining this thing this way, uncle, for you guys to understand that this is the real contract within the one-sided contract where the shaft is given to Guyana. Cost recovery. True cost recovery. This is where Guyana gets the pole. And I don't know the length of the pole. Within the contract. That is the contract. That is the part of the contract, uncle, that we get in the pole. You're beginning to see the shaft? Your neighbor giving you? I hope you're coming to your senses, uncle and auntie. I want you guys to understand. And I want that clung critic to understand too. He's not stupid, you know. He's a smart kid. I tell you, he worked with me for over 2 years, man. So I know the man is smart. He had the same kind of answer I am talking about here to Routledge. But he choose not to pick him up or pick a fight or to speak up for the Guyanese people.
Maybe his instructions.
Well, yeah, they plan it to make he look like
Poppy show.
Exactly.
Uncle,
It is a poppy show.
Auntie, this is where the oil companies joking you, eyes wide open, and then turn back and tell you, we got the best contract ever, in which both parties getting 50-50 of the profits. This is legal and contractual robbery, uncle. This is contractual thievery and banditry, which is called doggery. One after the other going on, man. ExxonMobil buying a special cement that is used for the casing under the ocean floor. It is passed every day on the streets of Georgetown on these trucks. There is by special deadly chemicals and pipelines, spending billions on these 3 items alone. Spending billions of US dollars on these 3 items alone. We don't know if they're doubling the price or tripling the price or if they're multiplying it by 10. But this money also has to come out in that 2 words, cost to recovery, before profit is shared. And that is what the new massa outrage with these clowns we have parading themselves as politicians call 50-50 profit sharing. You know, Miss Harris, something popped in my head. Your neighbor's son got his own business in another village. And when the neighbor buy goods for the 2 of your business, he stack up his son's business at the same time and put a bill upon you. You understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah, man. What is this?
Oil companies got businesses all over the world. And when they buy pipelines, cement, and chemicals for Guyana, who's stopping them from sending half to another country where they're drilling? And Guyana foots the whole bill. Who's stopping them from doing that? Who's checking on that? That is what you call 50-50 massa outrage. People stupid in this country. Yes, we are dotish. You can go sit down on clung social media and talk to this country. Miss Harris, you getting the drift? I only hope, Uncle and Auntie, you people beginning to understand some more about this 50-50 profit share. Man, Bernard, aren't you enraged? Huh? Were you hearing him, man? Or you want to hear more?
I want to hear more.
When Mike was talking, hear what about it or not? You continue.
I am clear about this 50-50, man. Huh?
Yes.
They already say how to spend about 40 billion American dollars to date. 40 billion, you know. And these clowns we have didn't check anything yet. Oh, you like that one, man? You see the kind of money that has to come out as cost recovery before profits are being shared, uncle. Billions of US dollars already in the books on the oil companies that's supposed to be in our pockets. Is this what you call unprecedented revenues for Guyana Massa Outlet? Huh? Or you mean for your pockets and the company you work for? Auntie, with this type of dirty arrangement in the contract, with those 2 words, cost, recovery, prepare your children to eat mud cakes like the children in Haiti and all over the world where corrupt leaders allow oil companies like ExxonMobil to rob and rape the people's resources. Man, if this thing is not corrected and fixed immediately, we would never see the unprecedented revenues this new massa talking about. This is not renegotiating the contract, Ms. Harris.
Nope, not even.
Let me make that clear. I am not talking about renegotiating the contract. This is the part of the contract that is draining out your oil basin, draining your money, all for themselves. This is the real part of the contract that you people missing the boat with. The costs, the inflated costs in the billions that we don't know and no one telling us anything about it. Y'all hear the massa talk about how profit sharing, 50-50, and the best contract ever. That's the 50-50 are you getting? That is the 50-50 we got Aubrey Norton and a set of people rallying over high cost of living. That is the 50-50 that got President Ali borrowing money, paying interest to give a little handouts as grants and call it, we care money, we care. I told you about hiring, Uncle, how Exxon hiring. Now let me tell you about renting. Another area where that two words, cost recovery, come into play again. This is not 2-cent money I'm talking about, Uncle. This is billions in US dollars too. You and ExxonMobil renting FPSOs, those floating ship out there. Y'all renting buildings and homes, renting rigs and oil and drill ships. And you don't know, we don't know. You don't have a clue as to the price those things are being rented for. But all this rent money has to come out in cost to recovery before 50-50 profit can be shared, Uncle. Yes. Yes. This is how you will allow your neighbor to run. This is how you would allow your neighbor to run the toy business, Ms. Harris?
At all.
Then share profit?
Nope, not me.
Ms. Harris?
I want everything.
Not even a moron or a full idiot, a junkie, a drunk man, or a madman would allow any partner to do this to them.
And yet?
What ExxonMobil is being allowed to do to Guyana is not 50-50 business. It's a gangster business being perpetuated on all of us with our eyes wide open. And then this new massa Routledge, got the nerve to tell us Guyana is getting unprecedented revenues that Guyana never saw going into we bank book. And how much more are we going to get very soon? Man, Uncle, if this thing doesn't enrage you, if this crime against this nation, against you and me, is not stopped now, then we might as well tie a rope round we neck and jump off the Borbies Bridge or the Demerara Harbor Bridge, man. You better do that. If this cost recovery, highway robbery I'm talking about here, doesn't bring you out into the streets in a rage, if this doesn't wake up civil society, Uncle, then something is wrong. if this doesn't wake up the business sector, the GCCI, the private sector, in which all of us can benefit much, much more, then I am lost for words, uncle. If this doesn't wake up President Ali, Jagdev, Norton and Ramjatan, then it is all up to God Almighty to help us here. What do you say, Miss Harris? If these things doesn't wake up this society, then God will help us.
Yep. Deliver us.
But let me say this, and let me say it loud to Massa Routledge. As for me and my team at the Kaieteur News, staying silent, doing nothing, accepting this wholesale thievery, yes, that your company and the rest of the oil company is doing to us, is not an option. It's an opportunity to continue the fight with even more energy and rage, even if it costs us our lives. I want you, Massa. Yes. I want President Ali and all the politicians to hear this, read this, smell it and know this. After my visit to Africa and what I saw for myself firsthand, what the foreigners did and continue to do in Africa to our brothers and sisters there, surrendering will be a betrayal to our people and the worst kind of treason on this country. It will be equivalent of joining with the enemies of this country to leave generations to come to live in the way the Africans living in Africa that I saw. That can never happen. It will never happen under my stewardship. Your neighbor buying drill bits, uncle. Drill bits. Another expensive piece of equipment to drill the ocean floor. Searching for your oil every day. That money also have to come out from that two words, cost, recovery, before you get profit. And you don't know the price they're paying for any. You don't know the price they're paying for the many thousands them said they're buying and said they're using. We don't know nothing, Miss Harris. We don't even know if they're buying the drill bits to send to other countries. We don't know that. Man, if this thing doesn't enrage you, y'all better stop talking about oil, and I ever see if I ever live with 2 crabs and cockabelly fish, and stop complaining about cost of living. Auntie, what I said there are only some of the things off the top of my head that our politicians are allowing the new Massa Routledge and his companies to do to us. There are hundreds more that I didn't mention, in which billions are spending that we don't know. We don't have a clue as to what is going on, and has to come out as cost recovery before profit is being shared. I never forget my Trini friend, God bless his soul, Francis. He was stuck here in Guyana, got COVID and died. He said to me, Glenn, I spent 36 years of my life in the energy sector in Trinidad and Tobago. He worked in every department of the oil sector. He was responsible for investigating and sending many crooked and corrupt people to jail for corruption. He said to me, Glenn, there are a million ways in which the oil companies can and will take your clothes off without you knowing. And I never forget that. We are living with that under the umbrella of those two words now, Uncle and Auntie, cost recovery. Every bolt, nut and screw, the price they hand you is unbelievable. And that is 50-50. Miss Harris?
Wow.
Please let me end by sharing another sweet part of this oil business with you. Oil is being pumped every single day and night out there. And none of us knows how much is being pumped and fetched away. Unprecedented money, that is, Bernard.
For who?
Unprecedented revenue.
We don't know how much oil is being pumped and fetched away every day for the last 3 years. Under the coalition, we used to get a figure. Now we now get no figure. Here is one. None of us also know what is the cost to pump a barrel of oil. But we do know, is that all the cost has to come out as cost recovery before you share profit. You never picking you mangoes. You don't know how much mangoes the man picking. And you don't know how much money the man taking out to pick your mango. So let me ask you, Ms. Harris, how you doing a 50-50 business there, man? Is that a 50-50 partnership business? Huh? Is what kind of magic your neighbor coming up with? When the day come to give you this 50-50 profit? Huh? Tell me what these clowns for politicians really doing to you in this country, man. Hmm? Is this 50-50 business, Massa? Is this what you really call 50-50, in which we can get unprecedented revenue? That's the way we can get it? All right, before I take your phone calls, let me share this last piece. Yesterday, the Stabrook News reported that the audit of the $9 billion US in the Pyar cost is underway. I'm pretty much certain I've said it before, and I want to repeat it. Jagdeo hired an auditing firm under the leadership of a man named Floyd Haynes, a Guyanese, to verify the $9 billion US and give the company, listen to this piece, he hired a man for audit the $9 billion and give the man an unheard time limit of 4 months to carry out the checks.
Wow. $9 billion.
$9 billion for 4 months. Does he really want a proper audit on that $9 billion done? Huh?
Doubtful.
Or he just want a show, a puppy show,